It's about that time of day again here, boys and girls. Welcome back, welcome back. Joseph James, School of Trade, SidewaysMarkets.com. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter. It is the 25th day of the 6th month of the year 2014, June 25th, 2014. We have a jam-packed, exciting newsletter in store for you guys and gals here this evening. Are you ready? Boy, I hope we're having fun out there right now. We nailed this stuff this week. Great calls on Monday, huge winning calls in last night's newsletter for Tuesday's price action. And of course, Wednesday, boy, we killed it once again today. It feels great to be a trader right now. Hope you guys had a great Wednesday. It's a hump day. We had inventory reports here this morning, durable goods this morning. Boy, this was one of those days where we just love being a trader. Now, in tonight's newsletter, we got 3 important things to cover tonight. First of all, we want to take a look at what happened today. Gold opened lower but closed higher with the volume right in the middle today. Gold has an expanding market personality, expanding structure right now. Very interesting. We don't see this very often on gold. I'm gonna make you wait for this one though, coming right up on the corner here. Russell pushes higher. Right off the buy zone we gave you last night. If you missed last night's newsletter, boy, you missed a lot. A huge buying opportunity on the Russell. I'll be tooting the old horn in just a few moments on the Rusty. And of course, crude oil. Crude was classic today. Gotta love crude. Going lower all morning until what? 10:30 inventories. And just like we always say, be careful. That initial reaction after those inventories is usually the wrong reaction. That's exactly what happened this morning. Crude pushes lower into the opening bell, right into our buy zone. We nailed it in the trade room this morning. And then sure enough, inventories came out what appeared to be bearish, but whoa, it takes off back to the upside. What an exciting session we had today. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. The second thing we're going to do today is, after we're done looking at how much money we piled up today, all the trades that happened today, then we'll take a look at what's in store for tomorrow. I want to take a look at what tomorrow's news looks like. We got some important news once again tomorrow morning in the U.S. And then the last thing we'll do this evening is open up those charts, roll up those sleeves, and I'm going to give you strategies whether the market goes up, goes down, or goes sideways. So, by the end of this evening's newsletter, you will know exactly what happened today and why it happened. You'll know exactly what you have in store for tomorrow as far as news, and you'll be ready no matter what this crazy markets throw at you. Whether it's bullish, bearish, or range bound, you will be ready for tomorrow morning's price action. Now, before we roll up our sleeves and get started here, I want to remind you, get yourself over to SidewaysMarkets.com if you're not on the blog already. If you happen to be watching this video on our YouTube page or some other random page, get over to the blog at Sideways Markets. There's a link right below the video on our YouTube page that will take you right over to our blog. I've got 3 important reasons to get over to Sideways Markets. First of all, right below this video tonight, there's a link to download all of my charts. I spend a lot of time every afternoon making sure these charts are ready to rock for you tomorrow. Take me up on this. Download those charts. Be ready for tomorrow, either in my trade room with me tomorrow at 8 a.m. or doing whatever you're doing with these charts. Just make sure you download the charts so you're ready for tomorrow. All right? I'll wait for you. Pause the video. I'll be here when you come back. Download those charts by clicking on that link below the video. Then, second thing, upper left-hand corner. You might be wondering how we're able to make profit off of these newsletter charts. You know, guys, every morning I open up that trade room, 8 o'clock in the morning. We go over the same charts I give you here this evening. If you're curious to see how we use those, I would love to show you how simple this really is. I have a free pass to attend our live trade room every afternoon as a guest. Take me up on that offer, guys, and grab your free pass in the upper left-hand corner. All I need is your name and your email address. The third thing, boy, is it Wednesday already? 1, 2, yeah, I believe 3 is next. The third thing here today, luckily I'm not Luckily, I'm not a math teacher, right? Third thing here, lower left-hand corner, right above my ugly mug. If you're tired of waiting around for the newsletter every evening, if you'd like to get me to email you every time that newsletter comes out, as well as all of the detailed analysis for that day, all I need is your name and your email address, and I'll put you on my newsletter mailing list. Just so you know, the free pass and the newsletter are not the same, all right? These are not the same. I'm not going to send the free pass to the newsletter list, all right? So make sure you guys are aware of that. 3 things. Download the charts, join the free pass, and register for your newsletter mailing list, all right? Now you know the deal here today, boys and girls. You get your helmet on? Did you stretch? Yeah, stretched out. All right, mouth guard in, hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. Let's rock and roll here. First of all, what a wacky Wednesday. If you were expecting a sleepy day today on crude, I'm sorry to disappoint. Wednesdays are not the day to skip crude oil trading, and today was a huge day for us in the room today. We had not only selling opportunities on the way down, but then this right here put us right into a buy zone today, and it was classic. 10:30 comes out. Inventories were initially a bearish report. Higher inventories, lower demand. At the same time, we heard a news report on the news wires that we had that ISIS in Iraq, right, had been stopped from getting to Baghdad. So everything said go lower here at that 10:30 news. But remember, we don't trade the news. What do we trade? The reaction. We saw it go right into a buy zone here for us this morning, and then whoop, right back all the way up. We were thinking it might go to 107 this morning, right? But it didn't quite make it all the way, but it did close right at the highs. What an exciting session. Goes lower, stalls out at the buy zones, and guys, don't take my word for it. Go back and watch last night's newsletter. You'll see I gave you guys that 105.50 area last night on the newsletter for a buy, literally to the tick. What a great trading opportunity we had on crude today. Got some good ranges here, 108 ticks of range, closed back above 106, halfway to 107. We opened right in the middle, as you can see, tried to go lower, and ended closing at the high, right? So very bullish at the closing bell. But if you ask for my opinion, though, we are still just as balanced because you can see the volume, right? The volume is basically right where we started the day today. And if you remember, in last night's newsletter, we were up around 107. Remember this last night? You can't see it on this chart because this chart only shows you the daytime session. So between last night at 2:30 and this morning at 9 a.m., this market went all the way to 107 and then came all the way back down. Now, again, I don't like tooting my own horn, but this is pretty much exactly what I said last night. Expected to come right back to 106, and that's exactly what happened. So we were right on target for our crude oil analysis today. And again, don't take my word for it, guys. You can't believe everything you see on YouTube. Go back and watch last night's newsletter. You can quote me on what I said last night. I think we might just be onto something here at School of Trade. Absolutely. Big day on crude. And really, in all reality, 108 ticks is nothing to sneeze at. We're used to $2.25 here, right? 225 ticks we're used to on crude. So, but we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. Bullish close, but still that volume right back in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and say until something changes fundamentally, until we get some new crisis news to worry about, I don't see this thing changing anytime soon. So until this changes, we'll continue to trade this as a balanced market. And guys, the money we made today on this, I'll take balanced all day long. Moving forward here to the mighty mini Russell. Now again, there comes out that horn. I'm going to start tooting that horn again. In last night's newsletter, my exact words were what? It felt like this was nothing more than a bunch of rookies and retail traders selling the highs. And remember my words last night? My exact words were, I have a feeling the smart money is going to buy this pullback. Yeah, you know, I might be right. Yeah, okay. I was on the righter side of that. Okay. So now that we know that, again, we just might know what we're talking about here at School of Trade, right? Try to earn your trust. I know there's a lot of junk out there these days, right? Everybody seems to be a guru, but come on. How many more consecutive day after day, week after week, month after month? We've been stroking this thing since January 1, 2014. It's not going to stop anytime soon, guys. What are you waiting for? Come join me as a student. I'll teach you all this stuff. I'll teach you in real time. Incredible opportunities right now we have for all of our new students at School of Trade. 187 ticks today on the Rusty. Nice, decent range, a well-fed range, a nice, healthy range, right? Clearly that Rusty hasn't missed any meals lately. We opened at the low. What a great, I'll tell you, this is, now, of course, if you're trying to understand this stuff, good luck, all right? I don't care why this stuff happens. In fact, I love telling people I have no idea why this happens. I'll laugh all the way to the bank. Oh, my goodness, he has no idea why? No, I have no idea why. I said it, and I'll say it again tomorrow. I have no idea why this stuff works. Okay, does that really make that big of a deal? Do you care? I don't care. I tell my banker that all the time when I cash these huge paychecks. By the way, here's another $100,000 this month. By the way, I have no idea why this works. Do I really care? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, we know why it works because the markets go from supply and demand, right? You buy at the lows, you sell at the highs, you buy at a discount. This is not rocket science. This is day trading. I don't care what business you are in. You buy at the lows, you buy at a discount, whether it's real estate, attorney, engineer, soccer player, I don't care what you do, guys. Buy at a discount. It's very simple. The fundamentals never change. We're having a great week, as you can tell, and I'm just excited because this stuff is getting easier every single day for our students, and I hope that you guys will take me up on that free pass and come out so I can show you how simple this stuff really is. So open lower, closed at the high, right? You got to love this, right? How on earth did we gap down and then close at, oh, wait a second, I know how. Oh, yeah, right. I gave you the level last night. Now I remember. So there must have been a buy zone down here. Hold on tight. I'm going to show you exactly where that buy zone was. Or go back and watch last night's newsletter and you're going to see exactly what I'm referring to, right? A buy zone right around the 1160 last night, all right? Again, check it out for yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about. I gave it to you at least 18 hours ahead of time. Just a little bit of heads up on that one for the Russell. We saw a 2-day higher. Again, volume right in the middle though. So just like crude, we're still seeing some relatively balanced markets. So, you know, crude definitely pushed higher, but I don't see this being bullish into the close. Russell pushed higher, closing right at the highs. But again, I don't see this being bullish into the close. I see it being a great move into the close, but I get the volume back in the middle. So right now, we're still balanced, which is perfectly fine by me. Perfectly fine by me. It should be for you too. All right, last but not least here is the old gold. Oh, that sloppy, stingy market, the gold market right now. It's been real sloppy. It's been real sideways, real balanced, real range bound. And today was a great example of just how crazy this gold market's been. Gap down at the open, go back up, spend most of the time right in the middle, go up to the highs and close near the highs. We call this an expanding day. That means we went lower and we closed higher. What direction do we want to go in here today, gold? Right? As you can tell, very indecisive, very balanced. This chart may make you want to scream right now, but wait a second though, because on the next chart, I'm going to show you exactly why this gold market is having such a difficult time going higher. If you ask for my opinion, the gold traders, the whole market, right, the whole market participants, if you will, need to stop binging on the news media and come back to planet Earth. There's no reason for this gold to be going higher right now, unless, of course, you listen to CNBC, and then all hell is breaking loose over this globe of ours. But we all know, guys, we all know. The news media has one job, and that is to scare the bejesus out of you, all right? That's what the news media's job is. You're not going to buy their newspaper if it says everything's great today on the front page. The only thing that sells is fear. Well, and of course nudity, right? Vulgar, right? You get the point, right? So, but as far as economic news goes, nothing good sells. So that's why I keep saying on gold, the gold traders need to stop binging on all of this fear mongering right now. It needs to come back down to planet Earth. Hold on real quickly though. I got a very good strategy for you for trading gold going into the end of the week this week. All right, so very balanced volume. Again, 3 for 3 tonight. Crude volume in the middle. Russell volume in the middle. Gold volume in the middle. Remember, the volume doesn't lie. The volume doesn't lie. You can buy this up towards the end of the day, but the volume tells me we are balanced right now. So with all these balanced markets, that means all the Red Star news the rest of this week is going to be like rocket fuel for these markets, guys. You're going into the end of the month, the end of the quarter. Guys, if you're not excited right now, you're in the wrong industry. All right? If you're not excited right now, you are in the wrong industry. Get with it. End of the month, end of the quarter. We got all these great moves going on right now. If you're not making money out there right now with this stuff, guys, something's wrong. All right? Come in, join my free trial, sit down in our trade room, call me in the office. Let's talk about what you've been doing. Because clearly, if you're unable to make profit in markets like this right now, we got to get you doing something else, because you're not going to get much easier moves than these right now. All right? Moving forward. Now that you know what happened in today's markets, let's get ready for tomorrow. Now, like I said before, we got balanced markets, which means that all this news coming out right now is just lighting the fuse and sending these things all over the place. Again, if you're trying to understand why, you're wasting your time right now. Don't try to worry about why. Why isn't gold going lower? Who cares why? Find the trend, find the pattern, or find the trend, find the level, find the trend, right? And find the trade pattern. That's all we got to do. Tomorrow morning, we got major news at 8:30 in the U.S. We have another barren schedule here outside the U.S. We've had no major news over the evening time, Asian session and early London session. We've seen nothing, right? This is a global calendar. So we haven't seen anything here as far as from Japan, from China, from Australia, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. That stops tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, Thursday, June 26th, we start the morning here with the 8:30 a.m. jobless claims. Yeah. Personal income and outlays, that's going to be the big news tomorrow. That personal income and outlays. Here's why I think tomorrow's news at 8:30 is going to be very important. If you've been living under a rock the past week, you missed out on the fact that we had two very, very strong housing numbers Monday and Tuesday. Record-breaking existing home sales, new high making new home sales. Okay? Now, durable goods, GDP, yeah, not that good, but definitely within expectations. But I think, though, what's going to happen tomorrow is, I think if this personal income number comes out higher, I think everybody looks at those housing numbers and says, aha, that's it. Consumers are making more money. We already know from the meeting minutes, we already know from the non-farm payrolls at the beginning of this month that employers are putting more people to work right now. Now, they may not be paying them more, but they're getting more hours, right? So they're getting a full work week as compared to about 6 months ago when it was still only about a 2/3 of a work week, right? Now we're right up above that 40 hours a week. So if personal income climbs tomorrow, guys, I don't see any reason why equities don't go back to all-time highs. Gold finally pulls off those highs. And crude, well, you know what crude's all about right now, right? It's all the fear-mongering. It's all the news media. So it's tough to say where crude goes next. I mean, heck, we got some bearish news reports from crude today, and look what happened then. So difficult to predict, but I do expect, though, tomorrow morning's 8:30 a.m. news to be another match, right, that lights that fuse to get these markets moving again. I'm very excited for tomorrow morning's news at 8:30 a.m., as you can hear in my voice. Then we get all this little, and remember, there's nothing here beforehand. There's nothing in Europe tomorrow morning, so be patient tomorrow morning. You may have to wait here. With such active markets today, we may see some sloppiness overnight. Remember, big range today, small range tomorrow. Small range today, big range tomorrow, right? Markets had some pretty decent ranges today. without any major economic news in Europe. We can hope for some good price action, but don't be surprised if it's a little bit slower tomorrow morning until we get into the U.S. session. All right? Then we got these little tiny piddly-willy news here. We got Bloomberg, we got Nat Gas at 10:30, we got Kansas City Fed at 11 o'clock, balance sheet at 4:30. Right, those aren't worth your time, guys, unless you're a natty gas trader, right? Unless you're a nat gas trader, which again is kind of a big boy market, so to speak. It's not really recommended for new traders out there, so I don't trade it. But if you do trade the NG, you got inventories tomorrow. Tomorrow is your Christmas tomorrow, basically, for your nat gas traders. Pretty much the only time of the week that market moves. Then we finally have some news in Asia tomorrow night, 7:30. 7:30, 7:50. So tomorrow night in Asia, you're going to have some good action to work with going into Friday morning. And of course, Friday morning, you've got GDP in France, you've got GDP in Great Britain, you've got economic sentiment out of the EU, consumer sentiment in the US. So this leads into a very, very active Friday morning. So guys, be on alert. This is going to be moving here going into the end of the week. Remember, end of the week, end of the month, end of the second quarter. Again, like I said, if that doesn't get you excited, guys, you're in the wrong industry right now. Try librarian, right? I'm kidding with you. Let's keep moving. Moving on now. What happened today? We know that. What's on store for tomorrow? Maybe we're wondering what's up with gold here right now. Gold still sitting completely flat, just above that big round number of 1,300. I'll tell you guys, this is why I keep saying somebody needs to put a foot in the rear end of gold right now and say, let's go. Either go higher, go lower, do something, right? Right now we're sitting here watching paint dry right now on gold. Personally, I think the gold traders are binging on the fear-mongering by the news media a little bit too much right now. There's nothing wrong out there right now. There's nothing wrong, right? There's no crisis right now, at least not. I haven't checked the news in 5 minutes, so there might be something released here. But last time I checked, there's nothing wrong with this right now. Why is gold propped up? I have no idea. I'm just waiting here for gold to tumble right back to our 1291, possibly all the way back down here to that 1240, 1228 area. That's where I'm looking for on gold right now. Obviously, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not in the prediction business. I need to wait for a pattern just like you do. Moving on here now to our 89 anchor on gold, and you can see here some easy targets down here. 1292.3, 1280.5. Those are easy targets. I'm right at the top of this channel. I'm right in a sell zone right now. Again, there's no reason. Small, just notice this, got a small head and shoulders here setting up right now. So, boy, as soon as we start seeing this thing take off to the downside, though, I will be right there with you selling short, using these targets below at 92.3, 80.5, right for the short. If we do happen to take off up to the upside, targets overhead, 1361.2, 1376.8. If we keep going sideways, though, I've got a better plan for you here on the next chart. Now, like I said before, this does not happen very often. Here we have an inverted wedge, a megaphone pattern. All right, now, if you want to see a great trading strategy for a megaphone, just go into my blog. There's a search box right there, and use that search tool and type in megaphone or inverted wedge, and you're going to see a megaphone pattern trading strategy right here. All right, guys? So that will teach you how to trade that megaphone pattern, or what we call an inverted wedge or an inverted triangle. These are very high percentage structures. And so what we're going to do is we're going to avoid the middle. You know what Mama says, right? Mama says, JJ, don't fiddle with that middle, right? Don't stay away from the middle. We know that, right? We know that. We're going to buy those lows, and we're going to sell those highs. Now you can see here, I've given you the best I can do here. I gave you some levels above and some levels below. Got a buy zone down below, sell zone overhead. But if we go right through it, you're then going to look for that buy, right? If we go right through it, we're looking for that sell, okay? Now, be careful in the middle here, this 1316, 1350 area. Be careful here in the middle. And I got to say one more thing, too. you can definitely tell that gold is waiting on something. It's very difficult when a market acts like this for a while to know what that something is. So be ready. If this thing takes off to the upside, to the downside, use that 89 anchor. Okay, use this previous chart that I gave you. You get your target up top, you get your target down bottom. All right? Don't say I didn't warn you. If we stay inside this range, again, buy those lows, profit the high, sell the high, profit the lows, right? Back and forth. But the minute we start seeing that personality, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you've got to come in and see me in the trade room tomorrow. I'll show you that personality I'm talking about right now. If this personality starts getting crazy, breaking new highs, breaking new lows, you know it's this now is going to be broken, and we now, of course, default to our breakout strategy, which we just talked about, right? New higher highs, up to the next target, new lower lows, right? I got that target down bottom here at 1292.3. All righty? So be ready for anything right now on gold. Very balanced, but again, that could come to an end in any second. All right? Any second. Moving forward. Now that we're done with the gold, how about that mighty mini Russell? Now, what do you think? I gave you guys that buy zone at 1156.3. Was that accurate enough for you? What do you think? Accurate enough for you? I think so. Remember what I said last night. Or actually, you know what? Don't remember what I said last night. Go back and watch the video. You'll see exactly what I said last night. I said this feels like a smart money pullback. And then here we go again. It's lighting us up right now. It's setting up right for that all-time high again. Like I said, end of the month, end of the quarter. We got more Red Star news tomorrow morning. Are you hearing me on this? Is this making sense? Right? 1203.7 is definitely a target for us right now on the daily. Moving forward, though, I got some better strategies here for you. Again, gave you the exact number last night. 1155.3. I gave you symmetry at 1160. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I give this stuff to you guys 18 hours in advance, for crying out loud. You know this stuff works. If you're not making money with it right now, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting around? Come join me in the trade room. We use these levels every single day. Like I said last night, this felt like a smart money pullback, and we're on our way back to those targets. There's your 1200. There's my target 1211. Don't forget the top of this channel here. I went and I found another little short-term channel here. Don't forget to use the top of that channel here, okay? So that trend line overhead, that became the channel here. We found that in real time this morning. But just so you guys know, that top of that channel, that will most likely get in there before you get 1200. All right, so be aware of that. Awesome job here on the Rusty, right? Just great work there on the Russell. And I can go in and just kind of finish up this channel right there for you, okay? So bull channel here right now. Green light for those buyers on our 89 anchor right now. All you got to do right now is keep watching for new higher highs and keep following those wave patterns. Same thing here right now on the 32. This is my fastest anchor chart. This is the one we use most often in the trade room. Every morning I open up the trade room at 8 o'clock. We grab this chart and we get ready for it. There was that 1155 area right there, right, that I gave you guys in last night's newsletter. We go up, we pull back, and we go. I'm above all the moving averages. I'm above all of my short-term, all my long-term moving averages. We're making higher highs. I got a green cloud. I'm headed towards that 82.4. If you didn't get into this move at the lows, you got buy zones here below you. Okay, two more buy zones below you, 67.5, 61.6. Don't say I didn't warn you. If it does give you another pullback here, you got one more try here before the thing goes higher here. Green light right now. Every new higher high we get, another buying opportunity is there for you. My targets overhead here, 82.4 to 85.7. Targets at 89.5. Targets will definitely be at the top of this channel. I got 1200. I got 1210.3. And, of course, the all-time high, 1203.7. All right, guys? Looking bullish on the Rusty once again. pulled back nicely into our buy zone and making money on the Russell here, hand over fist this week. Hope you guys are doing well out there with it too. All right, that chart's going to be very important for tomorrow. So don't forget to download those charts for tonight. And then last but not least, the black gold, the Texas tea, right? One of my favorite commodity futures, crude oil. Now, I know, it's a little bit disappointing that we can't get out of this darn sell zone, 107.58, 105.46. I know, I get it. But guys, remember, as a trader, we have to think like a trader. A trader thinks, I can't change the game. What do? I game the game. I play the game. If I can't change it, I've got to figure out how to capitalize on it. If we can't get this thing to move out of this area, buy the lows, sell the highs, don't fiddle with the middle. All right? You've heard me say that too many times now. Here's my range now on the 89 anchor. We made this great run up. We got all of this on the way up, and then now we're sitting here going sideways. Sideways range, 107.63 to 105.04. That's your big clue right now. If we happen to go higher, I've got targets overhead at 107.63, 109.17, and the top of this bull channel. Be aware of those overhead. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of buying at a discount. I'm a big fan of buying on a pullback, right? Buying a discount. So right now, I am really waiting ideally for a chance to buy this 105.04, buy this 104.60, buy this 104.37, or even better, buy the 102.50 right now. As you can see, though, this market's been a little bit stingy, though. It hasn't quite pulled back all the way. So for you long-term traders out there, right, those multi-day, those multi-day traders out there, you guys are waiting for that 104.60. But what about all those scalpers? What about all those intraday traders? Again, if you're a long-term trader, a multi-day trader right now, you're buying at 105.04. You're buying 104.60, 104.37, 102.50. That's what you're buying if you're a multi-day, right? Kind of a 72-hour trader, swing trader, if you will. But what if you're like me? What if you go home flat every evening, right? What if you buy the lows and sell the highs in this range? Okay? What if you're intraday trading, making your money nickels and dimes at a time? The easy way, if you ask for my opinion. Well, once again, last night we gave you the exact area here, right down at those lows. My exact words last night were to buy those lows on the way back higher. Remember, at this time last night, we were all the way back at 107. Remember that from last night? It's amazing how quickly things can change, and it was a great example today and yesterday in our trade room. Members, if you were with me this morning and yesterday morning, you remember with me how right when we thought we were never going to pull back into that buy zone, we gave you guys two buy zones in the last 2 days. One was here and one was there. And I remember this clear as day, going up and thinking, oh, well, we missed it. And then not so fast, comes right back into the buy zone and whoop, big winner. Happened again. Last night we found ourselves at the high, 107. There's no way we're coming back to 105.50. Oh, really? All the way back, buy zone. Another big winner here. Again, like I keep saying, we might just be on to something here, folks. All right? If you're not making money with these levels, something's wrong. Come see me in the trade room. We'll help you correct that problem so you can start making some money with us. This is another range-bound market. Like I said earlier on the VIP chart, volume was right in the middle. So until something shakes this up, another crisis comes out in the headlines, we're going to continue to chop around 107 to 105, right? 107.50 to 104.50, 107.50 to 105.50. Okay, so be aware of that. Right now, we haven't made a new higher high since last night, no lower low since last night or this morning. So these levels are still in play, all right? We don't have anything new. Right now, this is all noise. It's all noise. If I would have got a higher high, if we would have seen a lower low today, then that would cause me to find new levels. But right now, we haven't done it, though. Without new higher highs, without new lower lows, I have no new levels, which means we need to stay the heck away from the middle, right? Don't fiddle with that middle. Go to the lows, buy the lows. Take your profit at the highs. Go to the highs, sell the highs. Take your profit at the lows. If I had to guess right now, if somebody told me, Joe, you've got one trade, it's either to buy the lows or sell the highs, what would you do? I would choose to buy the lows. Why? No, it has nothing to do with the news media. No, it has nothing to do with Putin putting his shirt back on. No, it has nothing to do with ISIS. It has nothing to do with that. Why do I say, if somebody put a gun to my head right now and say, Joe, what is it, man? You a buyer or you a seller? Make my day. I would say I'm a buyer. Why? Because I'm in a bullish trend. I get a green cloud. I'm above all the key moving averages. We already showed you those big long-term trends on the daily, on the 89. All right? We're making higher highs, but not making lower lows. Higher highs, higher lows. Although we didn't make a lower low today, right? Like I said, we got a higher high last night, so all those levels are still there, but we haven't made anything new yet. So no updated levels for tonight. But again, if somebody told me you've only got one trade in what direction, I would say buy those lows, 105.50 to 105.73 area. All right, guys? That's my plan here on crude. If you've only got one bullet left in the gun, buy the low. And remember, anything can happen right now because we do still have those lingering effects coming out of Iraq, coming out of Ukraine, and we still have what appears to be some analysis paralysis. I'll take it all day long, though. I will take it all day long. Now, wrapping up here, I have some unfortunate news for you folks here. Unfortunately, I'm in my early 30s, and all of my friends are getting married and having babies, and I got to go to a wedding here this weekend. And next week is the holiday week for the 4th of July. So this, unfortunately, I bring a little tear to my eye here this evening. Hold on one second. Let me wipe away my crocodile tear here real quick. I'm not going to be here until July 7th. The next newsletter is going to be on Monday, July 7th. Now, what are you guys going to do without me? Besides finally get some peace and quiet in your day, right? Monday, July 7th. I'll be gone for tomorrow, right? I'll be around in the morning, but I will not be here to do the newsletter in the afternoons here in the evenings. So the next time I see you guys on my nightly newsletter will be Monday, July 7th. Now remember, our trade room will be open the entire time. So if you catch yourself going through some JJ withdrawals, right, if you start getting the itches, right, the ticks, right, because you haven't heard my voice in a while, feel free to stop. I know, right? I don't think anybody's going to go through withdrawals of JJ, right? That would be the opposite, right? Thank goodness he's gone for a week and a half. But I'll be back on July 7th. If you want real-time updates, if you want to continue to use this methodology, don't wait. Jump in face first, register as a brand new student. I'll see you in the trade room. Our trade room is open the entire time except for next Friday, which of course is our Independence holiday. Alrighty? So, be aware. I'll see you here on July 7th. Don't forget to come join me in the trade room as a brand new student. That way you can continue your learning and your earning. As always, I thank you so much for being a part of this newsletter this week. What a great week we've had. Making money every day this week. The newsletter has given you so many profitable opportunities. It doesn't get much better than this. From the entire team here at School of Trade headquarters in Los Angeles, California, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this trade room, being a part of our newsletter. Don't forget, head over to SchoolOfTrade.com, join our free trial, check out the 3 levels of membership, and remember to share this with a friend. Oh, and one more thing before I go. Since I'm not going to be here with you guys on the holiday weekend, right, the 4th of July holiday, remember that although we make money trading commodity futures, we know what our most valuable commodity is. It's time. So as we celebrate our Independence Day, take a moment to remember everyone that really worked hard, gave their lives, sacrificed, right? Put the work in so we could be free. It's a remarkable world we live in, having the freedom to do what we want. Think about it, guys. Every other country in the world, their citizens would kill for the freedoms that we take advantage of. So I hope that you'll spend some time over the Independence Day holiday right? Call your grandfather. He served in World War II, right? He put his life on the line for you. Grandmother, right? Call them up. Tell them you thank them for having the confidence, for having the courage to go after that freedom. I'll tell you, being a U.S. citizen has its perks, right? It definitely does. And next Friday, we're going to celebrate that. So spend your most valuable commodity, your time, with the people you love, the people you care about. And again, don't forget to call Grandma. She probably misses you, and she would love to hear from you. So spend that time wisely. Come out and see me in the trade room, and we'll keep this earning and learning going. My name is Joseph James. My wife Megan and I wish everyone a very happy Independence Day, and we'll see you guys July 7th. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great holiday. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.